My name is Amanda Filpo. I'm currently with Local 28. Growing up in a union family was interesting. My dad would work Monday through Friday. On the weekends, my dad would take us around the city and he would show us all the buildings he worked on. Like it would be the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, the Twin Towers when it was around. I didn't really know what sheet metal was, but growing up, you're like, oh, my dad builds New York City. I'm very proud of my father. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have this career now. He told me like he was working with a female in the field and she said she graduated from U. And he was like, I think you would really enjoy this program. All the girls are coming through it. And he's like, check it out. So I went online, I applied, I got in, and sheet metal was on the top of my list. The more I learned about it and just knowing that I have so much family in that trade, and it ended up being the best decision I've ever made. When I joined U, I was about 21 years old. It made me really look at my life for the first time and thinking about the direction that I wanted my life to go to.
When she got in, I noticed she wanted to excel. She wanted to do well, and she did, and I'm proud of that. So she's doing great. And when I talk about her, I mention these things, and it's nice to talk about your kid knowing that they're doing good, because you want to leave your kids doing well.
I always meet new grads on the job site. I think it's this sisterhood. So whenever you see a girl on the trade, especially on the job site, in the field, it's empowering. You want to see more women in the trade. You don't want it to be not normal to see women around you when you work. You want another sister to be comfortable. You want to be comfortable. And a lot of females that I know, especially in my trade, they do trade speaking as well. They mentor girls and they always tell them, like, listen, an easier way to get into the trades is through NU. So yeah, I think about every girl I've ever met on the trade, majority have come through NU. Local 28 was definitely the right decision for me. It's been a great experience, knowing that I have people who I can rely on. You have my father, he's a field mechanic. He's been in over 37 years. My uncle Elias, he's an instructor for the school. He's been in about 15, 20 years. My brother, my younger brother, he's also in my union. He's also a field mechanic. I'm currently working with one of my cousins. He's my foreman. I'm his deputy. And I also have so many relatives, uncles, second cousins. It's about 20 of us, I would say. My family is definitely a huge part of building New York City, and I am now building New York City.
When she first told me she was getting into the trade, we actually signed up together. I was like a little shocked because, I'm not used to hearing women get into the trade. And to see her actually pursue it and actually finish and still being a part of that is amazing.
Once I started to learn the skills, once I started to learn my trade, it became empowering, to know that I came from really questioning myself to seeing people who do incredible things with heavy equipment, heavy machinery. You're working with tools for the first time. And I think there's a lot of pride in, putting on your tool belt. There's a lot of pride of knowing that someone's gone through the same things you've done. And I feel like my trade is definitely open to women, leading and women, evolving in the trade. They show support. I'm a part of the women's committee, and that's something I'm, super proud of. I feel very accomplished.
I remember when Amanda graduated, I actually was a full-time instructor presenting her certificate of completion into our local 28. I felt proud handing her certificate, also she's following in her dad's footsteps, my brother's footsteps, my footsteps.
I think NU is a very special program. A male-dominated industry is tough to break into. So having a pre-apprenticeship program that guides women into their future careers is so essential, especially in these times, I wouldn't have known how to even navigate the world that I am in now if it wasn't for Neil. It made me grow up. My mindset before I came to Neil to who I am now it's such a transition that I always recommend it to women. Like if someone's struggling, if someone can't afford college, if they're struggling with their careers, I always tell them, listen, there's this program, it's Neil. They help you navigate this industry that's dominated by men. And there's so many different avenues. And it's basically, it opens up the gate for a lot of women. And having a program like that is super important.